145-pound amateur MMA action. Jorge Sanchez, he's wearing the black trunks representing Catharo Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, facing off against Gerald Scott in the black and red trunks. Mr. Scott with a little bit of gamesmanship coming out, getting in the face of his opponent before the fighters were called to the center for their final instructions, Ron. So already playing the mind games is Mr. Scott. Ooh, and goes high with the head kick early, does Scott.
Yeah, definitely some gamesmanship from Gerald Scott, but he's a guy that loves to have fun, and he really lets it all hang out when he's in the cage. He's definitely a guy that enjoys what he's doing.
In the corner of Sanchez right now with Sanchez on top. Scott trying to get his back against the cage, see if he can cage walk. No luck with it yet. Sanchez doing a good job of spinning him off the cage. Interesting how MMA has evolved, Ron. It used to be you wanted to jam your opponent into the cage, now you pull him off of it.
That's right.
And Scott trying to work his way back up, but a fast ground game being shown by Sanchez.
Yeah, if you know anything about the Catharo Training Center, those guys are beasts. I mean, their jiu-jitsu is legit, so no surprise of Jorge Sanchez's ground game.
And Scott able to bring it back to standing, has the high crotch, not able to get the lift though.
Sanchez, oh goodness, double whammies to the junk. Ouch. Ooh. Ouch.
Ouch.
That's like a double knockout. You remember that Shoney Carter was reffing?
Oh, goodness.
Yikes.
You all right, big dog?
Get him up out of one, both you guys, okay?
So, a little bit of a warning to both guys.
I hope they're all right.
145-pounders, these guys both super athletic, really fast in their footwork and with their hand speed.
Jorge Sanchez doing a really nice job of sneaking in that big, heavy right hand, but Gerald Scott doing a nice job of countering with a quick, cheeky little left hook.
And Scott able to pop right back up off the ground. That guy's like a Super Ball, I tell you.
Yeah, we saw him do the same thing in Loveland a few weeks ago. Jorge Sanchez doing a nice job of not allowing Gerald Scott to push him around as Gerald Scott pushes him into the cage.
And Scott's corner saying stay tight. Ooh, a nice little knee tap.
Very nice.
Oh, he just pulled that right out. Good job by Scott over there in Scott's corner and got one hook in and looking for the neck. Sanchez, however, we talked about the guys that he trains with out of Catharo. They're going to be wise to everything that's going to happen with somebody trying to jump on your back.
Esteemed coach Steve Wardinski, one of the finest around. Gerald Scott doing a really nice job of keeping that head moving and throwing combinations here in the pocket, JR. And he lands a hard shot right now on Jorge Sanchez. And Jorge Sanchez does a beautiful job of taking Gerald Scott down to avoid trouble.
And
more
Scott
trouble.
Working off of his back now. Scott showing a good active guard, spinning the hips, trying to bring one leg through. And 10-second clacker with Scott wrapping up the triangle choke. He's got it tied, but it's short time here for him.
Very, very tight scramble here.
And we're going to round two.
Great finish to the first round. Wow. Second round just about underway here, JR, as both corners get out of the cage.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Little cleanup going on in the corner of Sanchez there. And Scott
still smiling. I love it.
Fresh as a daisy.
Happy to be there. Okay, so JR, if you're in Jorge Sanchez's corner, what did you tell him in between rounds?
Work for dominant position on the ground. He's doing a good job when he takes it down to the mat, but he's not holding his position on top as well as I think he could be doing. He just needs to settle on the ground a little bit, take away some of the activity of Scott off of his back.
Sure. And then how about for Gerald Scott? What do you tell him in the corner?
Work that striking. He seems to have a little bit of a reach advantage and a little bit of a technique advantage while standing. So I think maybe not have so much close-in action, but try to work it from a distance.
And here you have, oh, there's the tap right there. Jorge Sanchez finishes Gerald Scott with a guillotine choke in the second round. Outstanding finish right there from Jorge Sanchez.
This camera's too backed up all the way here.